Buddy, I'm Rock and Bite, and welcome to the Smite Bacchus build guide that I promised long ago and forgot about. But thanks to Mr. Freak King, I now remembered that I need to do it because he reminded me. So, without further ado, let us begin. A little disclaimer here is this one is primarily intended for your arena clash siege, but you can probably get away with some of the choices in conquest based on how there's somewhat limited pool of items in Smite, especially let's say since you're building the tank role, a lot of the things would be like defensive and some damage options, like Soul Reaver, which I'd get on support when I'm tanking anyway towards the later game, depending on how it went. So, for the sake of starters, we're gonna have Watchers here because that's what you got to do because you need the sustain it gives and you need the gold because gold is awesome. After that, what I would recommend picking up here would be your Boots 1 because you want to move a little bit faster, just a little bit. As for your relic, you're generally going to want to get Shell because it offers quite a bit to everything. Though there are other options. Sometimes you can grab Curse or you can grab Sprint, though. But the general thing I want to tell you to grab is just go and grab Shell. I'm not going to put it right here because we need to put our potions here, but just know, I'll put it right down here actually. Put it down here as the option. So anyway, we'll go and get your potions here. You guys know how many you can get, or there's a certain amount you can get for the remainder of your gold. I'm just going to leave them at 1. You do as you will. Core items that I see that are core for a damage, like a bruiser, damage-oriented Bacchus that you want to be playing a Joust, stuff like that. A Joust, Arena, Clash, all that good stuff that I like to play on my channel. So, you're going to have your pin boots here. On Bacchus, you are absolutely always going to want to get your pin boots because you don't need the cooldown reduction of that. You're going to have breastplate for that item, for your cooldown. You need this 10 pin because you got to think with Bacchus, your burp is mitigated multiple times because it's a dot. It's over time. Now this pin will help you get your maximum damage on that. Your belly jump, belly flop, whatever it's called. What do I call it? Throwback. That's Kuma's one. You jump in 10 pin. You're all hitting everybody. Boom, 10 pin. You're getting lots of damage out. They're pretty sweet. Plus it's a good little power spike there at 45. Since Bacchus does scale pretty decently. After that, your next item. This one shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Core item would be Breastplate of Valor because it gives you the cooldown, it gives you mana, and it gives you an ass ton of protections. And seeing as how Bacchus has an amazing passive, well, they don't have it on here. Oh, here it is. Where you get to take 7% less at X amount of drunk and 14% less damage. Now this affects true damage too, I'm pretty sure. Plus it's free power. So it's say 45, you got 55, 60, 75 power with boots and 10 pin, and you take 14% less damage. That is crazy. On paper, this character is crazy. Potentially in game. Anyway, moving on. Let's put a magical item here that you need that I would say would be core for your defense. Now, once again, this is not a real surprise, guys. I'm sorry that it's not, but something you got your bulwark. I'd say would be probably pretty core for your magical defense item. It gives you health, it gives you prods, it gives you CC reduction. It's got that awesome passive. What more do you really need? And then your damage item that I would consider core. Bear in mind, nothing is in a particular build order aside from like boots first or second. It's gonna be your Soul Reaver because you're Bacchus. You can he's in a special position where you can jump on say a squishy or a hunter or something. You jump on them, they're in the air, they can't move, they take your belly flop damage, take your Soul Reaver, and then you ult their ass. You want to do that right at that point. You want to ult them right after that jump, and then you go for the burp with the extra power since the burp can do more damage with the amount you get from your ulti here, which gives you upwards of 60 magical power, which is pretty cool. Now if you can do your ult and then your jump, which is 70% more power to you. If you can't, I was giving you the one that's more easier to do. I guess technically if you want the easiest thing to do would be your burp into your jump, but just do what's comfortable for you because he can pull out a lot of damage. Alright, other damage items, I guess we'll put this down here actually, but Soul Reaver, where is that damn thing? Damage items for Bacchus, aside from Soul Reaver, you're going to have, like, say, oh, I want to do damage because, my team's lacking. This happens to me actually quite a bit when I'm playing Bacchus. If you watch any of my Bacchus videos, it usually ends up this way. There's people they don't have the damage together, so I'm like, well, I guess Daddy Bacchus has to step in and start smacking some people up. So damage items you can pick up. Late game, you can pick up a shard. Because as you're saying, you're doing big burst, you're doing damage over time. Everything has got its damage except for Chug, so there you go. After this, you have another option here. Where the hell is it? You got your E-Staff. This will give you, a ton of, like I say, a ton of extra damage because you're going to be having health elsewhere in your build, so you'll scale off of that. Bear in mind, everything I'm showing you is situational. Core is just what I believe is best here, and then of course there's Soul Reaver. Sometimes you won't be able to build that because you need to go tankier. Because you'll be playing like the super hard tank initiation role instead of like the I'm gonna jump in and blow them up, or I'm gonna jump in and put in 1 health, and the hunter will come in and blow them up after. All right, perhaps I should leave this to 3 per. I don't know. After this, we'll go for defensive items that you're going to want to pick up on Bacchus situationally. You have, of course, your god tier item, which would be Hide of the Urchin, which I think, actually, I'm going to put that up here and put Bork down there because Hide of the Urchin is just an awesome item in general, giving it a ton of health protection and mana, magical protection as well. So, where's that thing? It's in magical prods, put that down here, boom, pretty beautiful, great item, great item. After this, another good defensive item that you could consider picking up would be Spirit Robe. Now, Spirit Robe is absolutely terrific on Bacchus because, you know, Bacchus has, what did I say, like 14% damage mitigation? Passive on this. You gain an additional 15% damage mitigation for 3 seconds whenever you are hit by hard CC. Smite has an ass ton of hard CC. And if you're in there with a tank like that, you're going to be getting hit by quite a bit of it. So you got to think. That's like about, you know, what's that, like 20, it's so much, like 25, 29% mitigation, something like that. And it's so good. I know it doesn't stack exactly in that way, but it's more or less that. And then you have your protections too. You're gonna pretty much go immortal at that point for the brief time. All right, after this, we're gonna need a good physical protection item. Let's see. I sort of just want to say Mystical Mail, honestly. It doesn't offer a lot of protection, but it does have health on it. It does damage over time. If you're Bacchus, you're in there, especially if you think you intoxicate them with your ult. They are moving around side to side, so they are getting hit by those ticks. You're doing your burp, and in between your burp, takes the damage, getting the ticks and Mystical Mail. It's just pretty damn good. Now for relics or actives. Naturally, we're going to have Shell as your main go-to. Always get this on Bacchus. Absolutely always. I don't see a situation where you wouldn't have this. Sprint would be your other one because Sprint is just really damn good. Situationally, though, you can take a Curse. Generally, I say still Sprint, but, you know, Curse if they have like a couple of healers, I'd recommend it. Also, I'm going to go and put an extra thing here. If they do have a couple of healers, Pestilence is actually a really good item. It offers an ass ton of protection, it gives good health, and the aura is not too bad. So, I'll be afraid to do that as well. Alright, let's see, any other actives? Not really. There's not really anything else there you'd want. You could go the blank route with Bacchus if you want to like blank in and all, but generally I'd say you have like Shell or Sprint in that position because you can always belly flop in, or just even hell, you can just even walk into the enemy. I mean, you got a Bacchus running at you. What the hell are you gonna do, right? All right. Consumable items are, you know, pretty much just whatever. All right. So I was also requested to talk about items that I really don't think are the best to grab on Bacchus, and then to explain why. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Generally, this would be why I don't like the items in general. So naturally, there's going to be items like Witchblade. Now, Witchblade does lower attack speed by a decent amount and lower their physical power, which means their damage is lower. But you don't generally need that. This item, I don't think it really offers enough technically right now, especially for Bacchus, because you have just better stuff can go in that slot. You can like say, oh, do you want a Witchblade or do you want a fucking Soul Reaver? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I guess Wingblade is you can get Winning Blade. Once again, this is another situational item. I just don't really have a spot on the place to put it, but it is a good situational item for if they have slows. Don't be afraid to get that, and don't be discouraged because I didn't put it there. Let's see, Voidstone. Voidstone's all right. Once again, there are better things to put in that slot. So I know a lot of these things I'm saying are just going to devolve. There are better things to put in the slot. So just don't really bother with it unless you want to. It'll help your Mystical Mail do more damage, which is cool. It'll help your mages do more damage if you have any mages, but generally I wouldn't recommend it. Up next, you have your Rada Tahuti here. You can pick this up if you're going like a more damage-oriented Bacchus, but I'd say you should get some power before you do it. And as Bacchus, even with your passive, you're still going to want to get some good protections going on you, like a Hide of the Urchin, and then at least one other defense item, and then you go power, and then grab your Rada Tahuti. Then you can probably get off some good damage. As for this, I'm not really thinking you should really grab that on Bacchus. There's better items you can grab quicker to get more items for it. Let's see, anything else I can put on here? Alright, cooldown boots. I would say never get cooldown boots because you don't really need them when you have your Breastplate of Valor, because Bacchus benefits way more from the extra power and pin because, let's see if we can pull this up here. I think I X this out. Yes. As you can see here, as you can try and see here, it's one of these, right? Bacchus belly flop scale 70%, right? So you have your, how much power is on that? It's like what? It's like 45, and what was it, 70%? You know, you get 31.5 damage on your belly flop from that, from just your boots on that, and then You know, it's not even counting the power from your passive, which is 10 and 30, whichever amount of drunk meter you're at. So there you go for that one. What's this one? How many times does it take? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? It takes 4 times. So 60%. I mean, the cooldown's 14 seconds. Cooldown the jump is 16. The 16 seconds pretty long. The 14's it's all right, I guess. It's a little bit long, but I'd rather you get more out of it, because if you're going like Bacchus, you're gonna have to play more of a damage-oriented role. You want to jump on them and blow them up. You don't really have the luxury to sit around and wait for your cooldowns, even with cooldown reduction. You just want them to be gone immediately. You gotta erase them. As well as 70% scaling. Plus, it even gives you more power, which is pretty cool. And the cooldown's not that bad. It's only 90 seconds. For ults these days, that's pretty good. And of course, Chug. That's not really damage ability. Alright, so I might have actually gotten everything on here, guys. There's still some stuff down here. There's still a power 5 down there for fun. But yeah, guys, I might have, I think I got everything. So, I guess if I forgot anything, someone just let me know in the comments if I forgot anything, or if you have any more questions about this. If you have a personal opinion on what you like to build on Bacchus, or if you have any disagreements about this, please, please, please leave a comment and let me know, and we can have a rational discussion about it. Because I would absolutely love just to go at it with somebody, not really in a violent way, but you know what I mean. Just have comparisons. So, oh, hello, Mr. Guy there. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button down below there, and like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Sorry this took so long.